He said, related to company culture, every company wants to have work life balance. However, they never describe what they're willing to lose to achieve this. I would trust a statement on work life balance a lot more if the company made a statement on what they were willing to sacrifice to achieve it. Hmm. Of course, most companies want you to have work life balance, but also hit your KPIs, quarterly quotas, etc. And that's more of a general statement, he says, but I can play around with that. Why, thank you. so, um, so Matt, in terms of work-life balance, it's not a one-size-fits-all solution, right? This actually came up very recently in a coaching session. I have a client who's the CEO of a company, and he never turns off work. He doesn't turn it off for your traditional periods of time. So he's often having calls at 9 a.m., 10 a.m. when he's getting new ideas with members of his team who also prefer to work the same way. But then he'll turn it off during the day, throughout the day, to exercise or walk the dog. So his work-life balance is built in with little sprints of work throughout the day, and then he'll relax, watch a TV show, go back and have his call at 10 p.m. However, he wanted to hire a front desk person who would still take his calls at 10 p.m. And we had to coach on the fact that while he has the autonomy to turn it off throughout the day, that the new hire would not be able to turn it off because they're kind of chained to the front desk. So he'd have to manage his expectations. But really to realize that requires, that's why we call it developing conscious leaders, because to recognize those discrepancies and then make accommodations for them requires a much higher level of consciousness within a leader. And it also requires them to really work with employees to help them define what work-life balance means for their particular role. And I hate to say it, people will get mad at me, but even adjust the KPIs to work for the humans instead of vice versa. We have to remember that humans are not robots.